Yo, what's up YouTube? What's up Raider Nation? It's your boy Mr. Raider Kid here. Hey man, it's been a minute. I got some new news. Let's just talk Raider football, man. Football's around the corner. I'm getting so hyped up and so excited. I cannot wait for the season to start, let alone preseason. Oh my God, I can't wait till August 12th, which is just about like 12 days away or something like that. 11 now maybe. But I know I missed out on the contract extension, and for me to put out a video for that, with Carr getting his big contract and Gabe Jackson getting paid, you know, my phone, I had an iPhone 5, it broke, and I recently, just like last week, I got a new phone. Actually, last week today, I got a new phone. I got right now. I don't know if you can tell on the computer online if the video quality compared to other videos. I usually just recorded most of, like 90% of my videos with my phones. So now I'll be recording on this iPhone 7, which for the money that it fucking costs, it should be really nice quality. So, hey man, lots to talk about. And training camp just started. The players have all reported. A couple guys aren't practicing. We'll talk about that. Garyon Conley, our first round draft pick. We'll talk about him. Got some news on him. Penn. That's like my main subject is going to be about this video, guys. I want to talk about Penn and what do you guys think about the situation, and I'm going to give my input on it as well. But before we get into all that, I hope you guys are doing well. If you like watching my videos, if you like Mr. Raider Kid, hey man, hit that notification button. I know a lot of you probably have a lot of other subs and watch a lot of videos on YouTube. You know, I love YouTube. I got a lot of subs, but sometimes I don't see their videos in my sub box. You got to hit that notification button so when I do upload a video, you get notified and you can watch it, man. It's not, I know a lot of people stress that about because they use YouTube for money makers, but I just really want you guys to watch my videos, especially those who may not know I put out a video unless you stumble upon it. But in this case, you'll be notified when I do make a video, and it would just help me out, man. Leave a like and a comment and let me know how I'm doing, and just support the channel. If you support it, cool, man. So let's get started. I first want to talk about Mario Edwards Jr. and Bruce Irving, who aren't practicing right now. And these two players are so key to the defense, especially the defensive line, if we want to get better. I don't think they're serious injuries. I don't even think Bruce has an injury. It's weird because he's been trying to get on the field, but they've been stopping him. So we got to dig deep into that a little bit more and find out what's really going on there. But those are two players right now that aren't practicing. We released two players last week, Austin Howard and Taiwan Jones. Now, Taiwan Jones, I'm a little sad to see. He's been an OG Raider for a few years now, since 2011. He's one of the last of that era, before the Reggie regime, I believe. So it's kind of sad to see him go, but it makes sense, man. We got to make room for the younger cats that we have, especially because Taiwan was just a special teams guy. Looks like now with Money Lynch in the building, it means Washington and Richard are going to be limited to also special teams as well. So got to make room for those young cats because they can ball. Austin Howard, you guys know how I feel about Austin Howard if you're an OG to my channel. You know I don't like Austin Howard too much. I hate to see him get fired like that, though. I hope he does get picked up by another team. I just didn't like him on the Raiders, man. I thought he gave up plays. He gave up blocks. He got beat, burnt badly. Yeah, man. I'm not glad to see him go, but I'm happy to see that the salary cap is freed up from his contract. All right, so speaking of contracts, Garyon Conley signed his finally. It was a long wait. Finally signed his contract. And as we found out just a couple days ago, the grand jury has dropped the case of his rape charges and whatever that word is. Dropped him. He's a free man. Garyon Conley is dropped of all charges. Any speculation, no investigations will further be going with. That's awesome, man. That was the Raiders win in this case. You know, all the teams in the NFL thought that this guy had an outstanding rape charge, that he was no good, he was bad news. He dropped from the top 10 prospect, top 15 into the 20s where we took him, and we got a steal. And I hope to see this guy battle for the first string cornerback position. That would be awesome. So that's really good news. We'll start seeing him practicing a lot more. And now the main subject I want to talk about, Donald Penn. And I'm going to tell you why. Donald Penn has every right to hold out. Every single right. This man balled out at 34 years old last year at left tackle in one of the toughest divisions with pass rushers. Joey Bosa, Von Miller. You have Tamahali. I can't think of everyone right now. Shane Ray. You got a lot of great pass rushers in the AFC West. It's stacked with them. This man only gave up 1 sack, and it was against the Colts. And it was a costly one. He balled out, and he's only bound to make $7 million this next year. That's not even in the top 20, I don't believe. So this man deserves a raise, especially with Gabe Jackson getting his payday. And Gabe Jackson, don't get me wrong, he deserved every single penny. And Donald Penn, I'm not saying he deserves Gabe Jackson money, but he does deserve to be within the top 10 left tackles. And I think to be in the top 10, you need to be having, you need to get around like $10 to $11 million, roughly. And because I saw some of the names on that list that are making more money than Donald Penn, and they do not deserve that money, man. They do not deserve that money. But it's unfortunate that it has to happen like this during training camp. And Reggie McKenzie talked about this, and he pretty much sounded really stubborn, and I'm sure the Raiders aren't happy about this. He sounded a little stubborn when he said, "We don't talk contracts unless the guy is here." He wants Donald Penn in Napa. And if Donald Penn's not going to show up, I feel like this might drag on a little bit. And I hope it doesn't drag on to the preseason games, let alone the regular season. Now, I don't think Donald Penn would be that stupid to let this drag that long. But I hope they do. Just give him a little bit of money, man. Give him that cushion. He deserves it. Give him the $10 million. Make more incentives to pack on like he played last year throughout the playoffs or whatever you got to do. I think Donald Penn deserves his money. I think he has every right to hold out. I hope it doesn't last long, though. I'm not a big fan of holding out. I feel like that's a really big slap to the face. But in this case, Donald Penn is not asking for $50 million. He's asking for just a little bit more money out of respect for the way he's been playing and how valuable he is to this team. Like other players in the league, though, that hold out, like Aaron Donald, other guys like this. Now, the Rams are just are lowballing Donald, I'm sure of. But when it comes to holding out for, you want a monster contract, that says a little bit different. I think in this case, Donald Penn's case, he's not asking for a contract. He's asking to restructure his contract to where he earns a little bit more, considering doing to his play. And because he does have a deal. He has a contract already. It's not like his contract is coming up. Well, I think it actually is next year or so. And Khalil Mack will get his money next year, man. So, and then Cooper after that. So we got money to pay. We got players to play. Man, the Raiders, man, it's just so exciting to see all these players. Colin Cowherd, if you guys don't watch The Herd on Fox Sports 1, I love Colin Cowherd. Sometimes I don't agree with him, but for the most part I do, and I love watching his show. He had Jack Del Rio on yesterday. He always has Derek Carr. He's a big fan of Derek Carr. And I think he's starting to like the Raiders a lot more and their team. And Marshawn Lynch in general, man, he's just giving us a lot of press. But he is the biggest storyline, along with Donald Penn going into training camp. I'm so excited for August 12th. It's the first preseason game at 7 p.m. against the Arizona Cardinals. Super hyped for that, man. Oh, George Atkinson III. I'm going to end this on a great note. Remember the little guy last year against the Cardinals, that speedy guy, the legacy guy, George Atkinson's son? Well, we waived him, remember, last offseason, and he got picked up by the Browns. Well, the Browns waived him, and we claimed him, so he's back in the Raider training camp. It's good to see him just back. Let's see what he can do again, man. Keep fighting. You keep fighting for that spot. The legacy is still there in the Raiders organization, and let's continue that. Hey, man, that's all the time I got. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Mr. Raider Kid. Raider Nation, stand the fuck up. Hey, man, all the haters that keep hating, Las Vegas to Oakland to LA, don't fucking matter, man. The Super Bowl is going to be ours this year. We just got to pray and hope for that. I'm confident, though. I'm confident as hell. If you like my content, you like my channel, subscribe if you're new, man. It's Raider Nation all day. We don't discriminate. That's it. I'll catch you guys later. We'll talk preseason next week, man. Take it easy, guys.